This video is part 3 of the cheapest DURAMAX on Facebook Marketplace. The first video was just me buying it. The second video was me fixing it up a little bit, doing a few things. This is how it looked at the end of that video. So to start this off, I bought the truck originally for $7,000. It's a 07 LBZ DURAMAX, 4-wheel drive, GMC 2500 HD. This truck actually came with another frame, engine, and trans, and a bunch of other little things. But that came with it in the original deal. It had quite a few issues with it, some being small issues and some being pretty big issues. This was the day I bought it. Obviously it's pretty rough. The paint was pretty bad on it. It had severe mold and grime all over the paint. That was a pretty big bitch to get off. Had to de-ionize it a bunch. Has its fair share of dings and dents, but zero rust at all. This is after I brought it home and I washed it off. Still doesn't look great. This is where I was kind of deciding that I was gonna have to do a lot more work than I was thinking. Definitely no looker. All the paint was pretty much peeling in multiple spots. As you can see here, the interior is pretty rough. I didn't make a huge transformation for the interior at the end of this video, but it still looks significantly better than it did when I bought it. I will say what I have into this truck at the end of the video. So the second video I made with this truck, I did fenders, hood, doors, and quite a few other little things. Bought some wheels and tires for it. It looked pretty good, and that's pretty much where I left off on that video. I did a bunch of little things, wheel studs, speakers, a lot of small stuff if you want to go check that video out. Lots of cleaning and paint corrections. It turned out pretty good. I was happy with it, and this is how I drove it for a few months, and that brings us up to now. So Numa was planning on selling his Cat Eye that he had bought a while back. It had an 8-inch FabTech on it. It's pretty much worth the same without or with the lift, so he decided to sell the lift to me. I traded him a Articat 4-wheeler for it. I only had about $250 into the 4-wheeler, so that ended up working out good for me. So this is the DURAMAX that I got. There was a really good deal on it for $7 grand with another truck frame and all that. There's a video on that. Did an update, swapped some doors and panels out and some other little things. But as you can tell, I got a lift on it now. Well, the back half of a lift. It's a 8-inch FabTech off of Nima's truck. I got all my stock stuff out except the diff. I gotta wait till this weekend to get some steering parts and everything. So it's gonna be a few more days before I can get this truck done. But so I'm putting everything off mine onto his truck. And I traded him Articat 454 for his lift, which I had about 250 bucks into the wheeler, so $250 lift, I guess. It's a 8-inch FabTech thing. Got ball joints done. The shocks are pretty much done. Seat's torn pretty bad. The rest of the seat I can live with. No major tears. I did a new foam and a new seat cover. I got this new seat cover. It seems to match the color pretty well, and a new pad for $40-something for both. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to replace this. It's the first time I've ever done that, so I'll probably have to learn a little bit. A new seat motor too, but it is what it is. Oh, there it is. It's not perfect, but looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Sat in it's comfortable. So 40 bucks, I'd recommend doing that. I mean, wasn't the easiest thing. Heat's your friend. Heat them up. Makes it a lot easier. So for the lift, I've not really been working on this thing much because I couldn't find these bushings because this other sides are done. I eventually got a hold of FabTech, and I think they've got me on the right path now. But anyway, those will be here 2 days from now, so should have it done this weekend. I still don't know what I'm gonna do with wheels and tires. FabTech says you can't run 16s. I'm hoping they're just talking about stocks, because those are 16 by 12. And hopefully they have enough back spacing so that I can run them with these spindles. I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't have the best of faith, but
that's what I want to run. I ordered OEM hubcap covers for them, and I want 38 1550 mud graps on them. So hopefully that works, and then I won't have to buy wheels, because I really don't want to have to buy wheels and tires. Put some new headlights for it, just clears, just cheap ass clears. I don't see the use of ordering nice headlights. I mean, they last a couple years. I gotta redo the trans seal that since I bought it. I've been needing to do it, but I gotta put the new trans seal in it between the trans and transfer case. So I gotta pull the transfer case, and then it shouldn't leak. One needs a driver motor. This for this window, and this one needs new cables in it for the. But I got both of those from doors that I had bought, or the original doors, and the door that I bought. So not a big deal there. I got new pitman arm bracket, tie rod ends, and so I can rebuild the steering. That way I can actually go get a line, and new upper ball joints, because the one that Nehemiah had were, I mean, they're bad, real bad. Well, I got the transfer case pulled. It wasn't too bad of a job. So this seal right here was leaking trans fluid into the transfer case, and then that output seal was leaking out of the transfer case. So I just need the seal that goes around these bolts, this seal, and then the tail shaft seal. Well, I got the diff in. Filled it up with motor oil. I've seen a lot of people doing that, and said motor oil is better than trans fluid. So filled it up with some motor oil, and I don't see it leaking yet now, but that should be good. I don't have that much confidence in the seal between the trans and transfer case that goes around the bolt holes. It just didn't seem right, but I guess if it leaks, it ain't really that hard to pull it in and out. But new pitman arm. Idler arm bracket up there. The new pitman arm over there. Gotta make a relocate, or gotta drill holes for the relocate for the torsion bar cross member to go across. Like I was saying earlier, I finally got the bushings, these new bushings in. Yeah, so I gotta drill 4 holes, 8 holes altogether, 4 on each side. Well, the lift's all on. I got a few things that I'm not too happy about. Starting off with the rear, fuck Fabtech, because it's got the block in it, the 4-inch block and the 2-inch leaf springs. It's an 8-inch lift. They give you 6. Yeah, they come raked from the factory, but what the fuck? So it's 2 inches squatted. The keys, you can take the bolts out of the keys. It's turned all the way down, and it's 2 inches squatted. So that pisses me off, and I really don't want to go any higher in the back. And I got blocks, I could make it right, but I think I'm gonna leave it just for now until I can figure out for sure if I can go any higher. It rides good. It obviously needs an alignment bad, but the other issue is apparently on DURAMAXes, if you go any bigger than a 4-inch lift, or however much you drop the transfer case for a 4-inch lift, you have to get a drive shaft something. I don't know. It seems like most of the internet says that it only has vibrations when you're in full drive. Mine was vibrating horribly at around 65 to 70 in 2-wheel drive. Well, here it is. The lift's on. I would say I'm sort of happy with it. So this is an 8-inch Fabtech, as I've probably already said. I don't know if I have lift keys or what. The keys are literally all the way down. I can take the bolts out, and it's still sitting higher than what Nehemiah's truck did with his keys getting close to all the way up. So I'm guessing either I have lift keys or there's something different about, well, obviously the torsion bars are different for a DURAMAX, but whatever. That is what it is. Either I buy OEM keys and see, or find OEM keys and whatever, see, and then lower the front a little bit, or I'll go up a little bit in the back with bigger blocks. I want to make sure I can still haul a trailer. Shorter tires. You got 385, 70, 16 mud graps. They're gonna look really good on these wheels. I got hubcaps for the wheels, OEM lug nuts. One thing I did notice that's probably gonna put a big damper in whether or not this is gonna be the cheapest DURAMAX that you'll see on YouTube is this transfer case issue. So last time I said something about this issue is that it vibrated bad going down the interstate. Thought it was because of the driveline angle on the front drive shaft, which it is, but I don't think it's Fabtech's fault because the front drive shaft should not be spinning when in two-wheel drive or neutral, blah, 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 only in four-wheel drive, four-low. So my issue is my transfer case front drive shaft is always spinning. So with my front drive shaft always spinning, it's pretty much acting like it's in four-wheel drive as far as the transfer case goes. So it's not actually in four-wheel drive because these also have the electronic lock or whatever for the front diff to actually lock the diff in for four-wheel drive. So the transfer case thinks it's in front four-wheel drive. The front drive shaft's always spinning, therefore it's vibrating bad. This is a manual transfer case, so if anybody has had this problem, let me know because I'm not going to fix it in this video. It drives, that's all I really care about for now. I've spent too much time messing with this thing in the past couple weeks. But anyway, it's manual four-wheel drive, four on the floor. So it's not anything to do with electronic linkages, sensor, solenoids. I guess I'm going to have to take apart the transfer case, but I'm not really sure what would go wrong unless there's some kind of like clutch plates in there or something that would not be disengaging. I don't really know how all that works. Never took apart a transfer case. But either way, that could be a pretty expensive problem. New headlights in. Just cheap ass headlights. They're like 55 bucks or something. So they look all right. I'm not, honestly, I wish I would have just went with OEM with the orange marker. I think that looks more GMC. Most people wouldn't agree with that, but I don't really care. The door panels, or the front doors, the fender, the front fenders. Obviously, if you've watched the other DURAMAX video, I went and bought those off of a different vehicle, off a Yukon. I don't remember exactly what I paid, but I ended up selling the two front doors and the front fenders off of this DURAMAX originally, and made my money back on that. So really, all I bought was the front or the hood and that rear door, which was like I think they were 50 each, maybe 60 or something each. I don't remember. I'll go back and watch the video and replay everything, or write down everything I've put into this thing. It's not a lot, I will say that. I sold the wheels that I had, the wheels that came with this truck for 100 bucks. That's 100 bucks off. So if anybody watched the video of me and Jonathan going to West Virginia, a guy had hit the DURAMAX. Well, we just got hit.
We got hit by an idiot with a camper.
Yeah.
Well, it did check his blind spot. Now we're screwed.
Hopefully it just hit the
I ain't
wheel.
opened my door yet. We already get to somebody.
Damn. We're good.
We're good.
Yeah. Dude, he just hit the fuck out of us.
Dude, he did. I seen him coming over. I was like, God almighty, you gotta be kidding me.
Well, we're gonna go over there and talk to this guy. Something might be fucked up with this front end now. And it had messed up, or not messed up that bad, but curved the wheel a little bit and folded the mirror in, blah, blah, blah. Nothing major, but I ended up filing a claim on that and finally just got $1,100 and something on that back. I'm gonna count that into the price of what I've got into this thing because I didn't do any work. It happened to the DURAMAX. I feel like it's only right to put it back into the DURAMAX, or call it for the DURAMAX, because it's DURAMAX money. So I got $1,100 knocked off the price. You know, kind of fortunate on that, but unfortunately, obviously I got hit, and it was a pretty big bitch to get all that insurance stuff worked out. Now these wheels and tires I had bought 3 years ago or something for 200 or 250 bucks. I've got my use out of these tires. They were probably 35, maybe 35-40% tread, and I probably put 7,000, 8,000 miles on them. They're pretty wore out with bad alignment, obviously, on both this and the square body I had them on. I've made plenty of money with these wheels and tires, so I'm gonna count these as free. As for the interior, yes, it's a mess. I still haven't even cleaned it out from our last West Virginia trip. So, I do have floor mats somewhere for this. As you can see, this carpet is just stained to hell. The previous owner, I guess he just used it as a work truck. Everything's so dusty on this thing. Door jams, blah, blah. But I ended up, instead of buying new carpet, I'm going to go hit this with, I'm going to take all the seats out and hit this with a carpet cleaner, you know, the water vacuum, whatever you call it. Clean this all out, and I get carpet dye. It's just light gray. It's not matched to this truck or nothing. So if it doesn't match perfect, it is what it is. But it should be pretty close. So I'm going to pretty much just paint this whole carpet, make it look good again, instead of buying new carpet, because that's more money. I think it was $15 for the carpet dye. The seats, the rest, as you seen, I did the driver's seat. The rest of these seats, they just need cleaned. No rips in these, and they're in pretty decent shape. I did get, or I am missing this. I have that somewhere. I already found one. The radio. That was a big thing with this truck. The radio was junk. It's just some crappy double din. It always would cut out if you went above a certain volume level. Turned out it was just the speaker wiring. It plays very nice now. I have both speakers all the way around from that Yukon that I bought the doors from. Very happy with that. Don't have to buy a radio. I don't really care about anything fancy. It looks fine. It's not a great radio, but what it is, what it is. The windows, had to replace the window regulators that I got out of the doors. I got them out of the original doors. So, cost me no money on that. Overall, I really enjoy this DURAMAX. It's done me really well. I put 6,000 miles on it, and this has been the truck that I've wanted for 5 years. This exact spec, pretty much. There's a couple things in the interior I would have optioned differently if I was to go buy this truck new, but interior, it doesn't really matter to me. So this is the perfect amount of not too clean where you don't want to drive it, but it's, you know, it looks good from 20 feet away. It looks pretty good. It's not complete clapped out. And it's about to get the setup that I've wanted for a long time. 8-inch lift, big 38s. Obviously they're not that big, it's only 38, but it's about as big as you'd want if you're gonna still use it as a truck. Anything bigger on a older truck like this is, you know, it's not great. But 38's pretty big tire, 1550s, and bullet holes. I like the old school look on these trucks. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with DURAMAX. It's done good. If it blows up tomorrow, I wouldn't complain because it's done me really well. It's been very reliable. All right, so this DURAMAX, this thing is filthy in here. As you can see, I got the front seats, or the back seats in the front, because a little harder getting them out than I thought it would be. But here it is, all vacuumed out. As you can see, the stains are just bad. Honestly, I should have just bought carpet, now that I'm seeing how easy it is to do. Anyway, I guess that paint stuff came in, so I'm going to try that, the carpet dye. I realized I don't have the fins back here, so I'm going to have to take those off of something. Got all the front seats and all that out. Just a mess. I got this driver's seat. The front and back didn't work. I ended up getting the engine or the motor to work, and then when I was taking it out, I guess I pulled this out of it's supposed to be in line with this bracket, and this is supposed to be inside. So I may have just messed that up bad. So that sucks. Or I might can fix it. That's painted. That's not. So as you can see, looks pretty good. I apologize for this camera quality. As you can see, significantly better. There's a pretty good transition spot. You can see pretty well. There's still some staining through, like right there's red, but floor mats will be there. Main spots I was worried about are spots where the floor mats will not be. This definitely beats buying a carpet for $200. That's what I've seen what they were priced for, and it looks pretty good. I don't have enough to do everything underneath, so it is what it is, but you'll never see that anyway. So I'm probably going to hit spots like this that you'll see immediately when you open the doors again, just to try to get it as clean as I can. Well, I put the new blocks in. I'm very happy to say It's only a 1/2 inch difference. Really happy about that. I think that it changes a lot how I feel about this whole lift kit thing. So 1/2 inch lower in the back. It's perfect. That's exactly how I'd want one to sit. You know, or perfectly level, but whatever. I did end up getting that to work again. Interior's pretty much done for now, for like tonight. Once I get the floor mats and vacuum everything out one more time and then wipe it all down, it'll be pretty nice. Got them mounted and balanced. Just gonna show you all before I polish all of them. Polished, not polished. Looks a lot different in person. I love it. This thing looks awesome. This is exactly what I've wanted for so long. So happy. This thing looks good as hell. Oh yeah. I gotta get a turn signal bulb. And then for the transfer case stuff, I don't know what I looked up the first time, but they're actually pretty cheap. A rebuilt one was $900 something. So if I can get a rebuilt one off eBay, then I might do that, or I might just find one in a junkyard. But this thing looks awesome. Perfect.
All right, well, here it is, all finished up. Lift, wheels, tires, alignment. Got all the headlight bulbs fixed on it. Pretty slick looking truck. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I painted this part of the frame, and then I still got to paint that. It took like 2 minutes, so that's nothing. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this thing turned out. I think this is the perfect setup in my opinion. Very happy. Oh yeah. The interior is pretty clean now. Obviously, it's not perfect. Still got to clean all these door panels up a lot better. So next time I clean this thing out, which is probably not going to be too long from now, I already got it all dirty. I'm going to go through and deep clean all the cracks and crevices of this thing, door panel wise. But I'm sick of working on it for now, so it's good enough. It turned out all right. There's still some staining and stuff, but I might get some more of that carpet dye, do a little bit more. I've already got it all dirty from using it, but it's not bad now. I'd give the interior probably like a 7 out of 10. It's really just dirty now. There's no cracks or anything with it, so all the speakers and stuff work. I did end up putting these door vents in. I already had those, so that was free. And I had to put one of these in the other door, which I already had, so that was free. But yeah, the interior still needs definitely like a deep detail clean, but I'm just sick of working on it. I'm gonna take a break from that and then do it next time I clean the interior. The only other things this truck needs is the 2 blend doors over here, and there's an AC leak on one of the lines. I already put a different line on it that I had laying around, and that fixed one of the major leak. And then there was another small leak. I think it was an O-ring or something, but I'm not gonna put that in this video. But that would fix the AC, heat, all that, blah blah. So then pretty much the truck would be good. The only other thing that's wrong with it right now is the transfer case. Obviously wants to be always in 4-wheel drive, so I don't have the front drive shaft in it right now. Unfortunately, that bugs the shit out of me. Obviously it's a 4-wheel drive truck. I need to have 4-wheel drive. I looked around. Looks like I can get a transfer case for somewhere around $900 on eBay with a warranty, I guess. But I'm gonna look around the marketplace. I'm in no hurry, I guess, per se, but I definitely need that. So I'm gonna see if I can find one cheaper on marketplace. Rebuild kit is like $600. This light just popped out. I popped it back in. But yeah, this is pretty much it. I'm very happy with it. As you know from the other videos, I put a new door, hood, fenders on it because the other ones, the paint was peeling. For some reason, the door doesn't seem to match perfect. You can't really tell in person, but on camera you can. It's the same color white. They're both factory paint. The only thing I can think of is that the it's a little bit faded on one of the other. I think it leans more towards the original truck paint. It's faded because this white matches this part of the cab a little bit better than this door. I don't know. It doesn't. You can't really tell in person. So, but in videos, somebody commented on that, and I obviously I can tell when I'm editing the videos. So, it is a little bit lower in the back, but marginally different. Like maybe a half inch to 3/4 of an inch. So I'm happy with that. But the price breakdown on this truck. So I originally paid $7,000 minus what I sold a couple things that came with the truck and the insurance, which was $1,100 I got paid for the truck. That's $5,700 into it. And then lift, $300. Hubcaps, $50. Steering components, $150. Seals, $50. Seat, $40. Tent, $350. Hood, $60. Paint, $40. Studs, $20. Fluids and filters, $150. Lights, $50. Spacers, $150. Tires and alignment, $2,000. Lug nuts, $20. Mats, $30. Steering wheel cover, $15. Battery, $100. Then I'm going to throw in a miscellaneous $100 because I'm sure I'm forgetting stuff. And then that all comes out to $9,375. And I'm just going to go ahead and round up to $9,500. That's the most I have in it. Even if I am forgetting a few things, it's not much. So $9,500. I'm pretty happy with that. That's not that much for what these trucks are selling for and what they're worth. So that's pretty good. The good thing about this truck is if I was to go sell it right now, I could take the wheels, tires off. I know I could get $2,000 out of those as they are right now. They're obviously brand new tires and the wheels. So I could take that off of the prices if I was to go sell it. Plus I got the frame, the other DURAMAX frame, engine, trans, solid axle swap. I know I could get at least $3,000 out of parting all that out. So that's really what makes this the cheapest DURAMAX. Obviously you can get stuff cheaper, but this is pretty damn cheap. $9,500 into it. You might not think it's that cheap, but the other parts that I have with it, that's at least $3,000 that I could get out of that stuff, parting it out. And you know, that would only be $6,500. You will not get this truck for $6,500. There's no way. I mean, unless you know somebody or just get super lucky. Me and Nehemiah, we looked for DURAMAXes for quite a while for him. After I bought mine, I just happened to stumble across mine. That's when you find the best deals, but it's just not possible in North Carolina. In really the surrounding areas, you will not find this truck for that. But anyway, the lifts and everything, it turned out pretty good. It rides great. Got the alignment done. Doesn't seem to bother the truck at all. The only thing that kind of sucks is the speedometer's so off. It doesn't get into 6th gear until you're going 70. So that's kind of annoying. So it's gonna be the last video probably with this truck. It only needs a few minor things now. I do need an inner fender liner, which I have. I just haven't put it on because I don't know where it is, but I know I have it. And tailgate, I'm gonna find a new tailgate. I'm really happy with this thing. And it's been a great truck. Already put about 7,000 miles on it. It has not given me one issue other than the batteries died one time, and I put a $100 marine battery in it. It's done perfect ever since. Really good buy. I'm happy with it. Here's the frame and everything I got with it. You know, Ford Super Duty axles, solid front axle with hangers, steering and everything. Oil cooler, radiator, all the lines. LBZ DURAMAX that supposedly runs and drives good. It had a boost leak. Good Allison 6-speed transmission. Bunch of other stuff. You know, good turbo, a bunch of good stuff. Computers, blah blah. So really, I mean, easily worth $3,000. All of this stuff. I mean, somebody probably pay $1,000 for the solid axle swap because it's already got all the hangers and everything. All you'd have to do is chop your shit off, weld this back on. But yeah, that's where I was coming from this. This came with the deal and no extra cost. Couple other things to mention. When I did the swap with Nehemiah up all my stuff for his, he had new wheel bearings, I think, new rotors, brake pads, and all that in the front. So it's got all new brakes all the way around on it because I put new rear pads on it. That came with the truck. I still have a set of front pads. The truck actually also came with a couple of new steering components that I didn't notice that I had until after I bought the new stuff. So technically I could knock some money off on that. Plus it came with a full tool set. And some steel traps, I think like 4 traps. So really another like $100 worth of $100 to $150 worth of stuff. I also still have the original hood that's in good shape and a rear door. The rear door doesn't need painted. It's already in good shape paint wise. The hood needs repainted, but no dents or anything like that. So that's some more stuff I could sell. I'm not going to sell the frame and all those parts because it's worth it to me if something goes wrong on mine that I have backups. But if I was to go sell the truck, I would knock that off. Hope y'all enjoyed the build. It's gonna be the last of this DURAMAX series. Make sure to comment what you think and like and subscribe so we can keep making videos for y'all.